Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. Hey everybody, I'm Chris Pirillo, and this is your Geek Out for Monday, August 6th, 2012. Our Geek Out is being brought to you by GoToAssist from Citrix. You can take control of your IT world from one simple, cloud-based platform. GoToAssist's proactive alerting allows you to fix small issues before they become big problems. And for a free 30-day trial, visit GoToAssist.com, click the Try It Free button, and use the promo code Pirillo. Curiosity, one step closer to Mars. Like many of you, I was glued to some kind of screen last night. Well, not literally, figuratively. I ended up streaming in the landing of, or what we could experience of the landing, since no one could actually see it happening, with Curiosity landing on Mars. I would say it was quite exhilarating to know that the world was tuning in, not through traditional television media, rather over the web. And that was exciting to kind of participate in that and watching the streams as they came through on Twitter. In fact, I was a retweeting fiend last night. There were so many interesting tweets, and many of them, of course, were funny. And I wish that NASA would be able to do more of this. And if I had a say in where my tax dollars were better spent, I would say it's in the exploration of the worlds beyond our world rather than destroying the people who live here. Prepaid phones, are they worth the savings? Some would say they were. I am locked into a contract. That's not likely to change anytime soon, but I use my smartphone frequently, or at least frequently enough. I mean, especially when I'm not in the house sitting down, which I realize is not good for me. Of course, some would say that holding the phone up to your head is not good for you. That hasn't really been proven one way or another. The bottom line is, do you want to save money? And if you're not using your smartphone frequently as you think you're using the smartphone, you could save money by going with a prepaid plan rather than locking yourself into a contract. Now that it's Diana and myself, it makes better sense for us to go down the path of getting a shared plan together, and so that's what's going to happen as soon as we can do that. How to turn off or change mouse and trackpad acceleration in OS X Lion. I didn't realize this wasn't something you could modify within the system preferences on OS X, but apparently it is, and someone has crafted a nice little tool to help you manage acceleration better. And that's something that I think every user would want to be able to modify if they felt like a system component, a piece of hardware, that in relation to their experience wasn't working the way that they would expect it to work. I'm so happy we have amazing developers who are listening to what users want. Apple in China, trouble selling paid apps. Piracy is a problem. And if you pirate software, you're a problem. You need to stop existing. Because if a developer or a company comes along and says, hey, look, I've created something that people want. If they put it out there for free, cool. Well, that's their prerogative, not yours. You're just the user. If they put it out there and say it's going to cost $5, well, again, it's their prerogative. You can choose to use it or not. You just have to agree to the licensing that they set up. They created it. If you created something, how would you like it if someone ripped it off? I mean, maybe you would like that, but not everybody thinks like you. So if you like software, and if it costs money to actually register or buy, you would be doing the world a huge favor by buying it. If you don't like the software, if you don't want to pay the price, don't pay it. But don't use the software, because that's completely unethical. You're a moron. 5 clever uses for bubble wrap. Oh, I know I've offended 2 of you with that whole moron comment for getting around systems that were put in place to keep the system going. Seriously, I have a big problem with people who pirate and brag about pirating. That's like blocking ads and then taking in content without agreeing to the terms that you should have been agreeing to. You're not a part of any community other than losers. Okay. Getting onto a less heated track, bubble wrap could be used for more than just shipping things. Do you realize bubble wrap makes a good insulator? And if your home or home office has problem keeping in the heat or the air, I mean, not the air, I mean like the cool air, when air conditioning is running, like it is right now in Seattle because it's very hot. We are one of the very few houses in Seattle that have air conditioning units installed for days like this, where it's reached close to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And that is like 40 degrees warmer than I would ever want it to be, ever, at all. But anyway, bubble wrap is really cool, and you can use it for more than popping. Bladepad turns your iPhone into a portable game console. Did you guys check out this new Kickstarter project? I love Kickstarter. I love seeing new products launched because I have a chance to actually invest in those projects if I believe that the people putting the projects together could actually, see those projects come to life, bring them to fruition. Because a lot of the Kickstarter stuff just seems to be good in theory, and then when it actually ships, gotta tell you, I funded some things that downright suck. This one doesn't look like it's gonna suck, though. The idea is you would have an iPhone case, or a phone case in general, that would snap on and protect your phone, but then slide out with a little controller and some buttons. And that would be kind of neat. I would love that, because then that, in conjunction with really cool platform-type games, I would be able to play without necessarily having to touch my phone. Right now, I'm still playing Circus Atari. I don't know why. It's buggy. But it's enjoyable. I like popping balloons. What can I say? YouTube app won't come preloaded on the next iPhone or any iOS 6 device. Oh, yeah, this is good news. I don't like the YouTube app on iOS, and I know some people are up in arms. What? iOS isn't shipping with the YouTube app? Rah! I'm switching to Android. I'm like, huh? Dude, did you ever use the YouTube app on iOS? I mean, the iPad version of the YouTube app was better than the iPhone or iPod Touch version of the app, but it still kind of sucked. In fact, there's been great third-party development around the YouTube API, and to tell you the truth, I would much rather experience YouTube the way Google wants me to experience it rather than the way Apple has done it. So I'm not going to stop using YouTube. I'm not going to stop visiting YouTube. I don't think it's going to do anything in terms of mobile impressions. People are still going to go to YouTube, guys. They are. m.youtube.com works, or at least at this point in time. I prefer it over any kind of dedicated YouTube app. What the hell was that? Ukrainians raid massive BitTorrent tracker. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you downloading things that you weren't supposed to be downloading? I'm supposed to feel bad about you potentially getting busted? Microsoft said to block ability to boot straight to desktop in Windows 8. And by desktop, they mean the classic desktop environment, meaning if you don't like well, they're not calling it Metro anymore. The new start screen, it's not really a start menu, it's start screen. Let's just call it that, with the user interface formerly known as Metro. If you don't like that, tough. You can't skip past it. I mean, you may be able to put a shortcut to take you to the desktop, but if you don't like the new Windows experience, you're not going to like Windows 8 because you're going to have no control, really, over which environment you're going to operate within. Because Microsoft wants you to use both, which is asinine. But we've told you that it's asinine. And we're not the only people to believe that bifurcating the user experience is a stupid idea. So, hopefully you like living in two worlds, because that's your only choice. With Windows 8. MakeGamesWithUs wants to turn high school kids into iPhone game developers. That's kind of cool. If you're looking for job security, guys, all you got to do is start developing. And whatever license you choose is fine, right? If you develop something, you put it online for 99 cents, well, didn't we already talk about this kind of earlier? It's your prerogative. If you code something, you put it out there for free. You code it, you put it in the world of open source and choose a completely different license. Hey, it's your choice. But become a developer. If I had one recommendation for anybody who's just trying to figure out what they want to do, develop. Create software. If you can do it, if you have the skills to pull it off, because a lot of people have developed software that's not okay. I mean, it's cool to develop software, but just because you can doesn't mean that's necessarily the path you should take. However, I would certainly investigate it, because that, as I said, is going to be job security. Software is not going away anytime soon. Got a question here from YouTube user Bad Daddy King 1, and he writes, "What are you going to do for your 5,000th video?" Oh, hell's bells. As of the time of this recording, I'm just shy of 5,000 videos. You see that? Of course, you may be looking at this video at a time where I've uploaded more than 5,000 videos. I don't know if I'm going to do any. Maybe, should I do something special? What should I do? Guys, tell me what I should do for the 5,000th video. I probably should do something like, here's my hope of what we want to put together, moving forward past the 5,000th video. Is that a good idea? You guys agree? Let me know. You gotta leave a comment. Here. This is my version of you talking with your keyboard, because I can't hear you. Unless you leave a video response, you can do that too. LockerGnome.net user DJ Scooby Doo writes, "How hard is it to maintain a website?" It's very difficult. I mean, it's easy in the sense that you can set it up, you buy a domain, do all that whole thing, but actually keeping the website going and potentially growing is a challenge. I've been running Locker Gnome for 15 years, and it's still a challenge because we face different hurdles every day. Creating new content, fresh for you, having to deal with production of video, production of text, production on social media. I mean, it's more than just having a domain and some bits and pieces here and there. Setting something up is easy. It's maintenance that is difficult. But if you believe in what you're doing and you're surrounded by a good team, much like Locker Gnome is, you can do it. LockerGnome.net user TheGeekPanel writes, do you have a business card? I have several business cards. I just always forget to hand them out. If you want a business card, just Google me. Look for my stuff online. I updated my bio on my blog, chris.pirillo.com. Take a look. You might be interested. You may not realize I'm as multifaceted as I am. It's true. I even put down that I'm available for speaking gigs, whether I speak to your group or, well, you one-on-one. LockerGnome.net user JJiPhone1 writes, Netflix or Hulu Plus? I don't know. Depends on which content you want. I've got a Netflix streaming subscription, and it serves us well enough. There's a lot of documentaries there. I would say probably more documentaries than are available on Hulu. I don't know. I just felt like I was overpaying with Hulu Plus. Maybe if it was just, a little lower. I'm not getting enough out of it, right? I mean, I'm all about spending money if I'm getting something from it. But, let me just put it to you this way. I have, on my phone, a code for a free Redbox rental. And if you sign up for the text alerts for Redbox, well, at least in the countries Redbox is available in, I know it's here in the U.S., once a month they will send you a code saying, hey, you can get a free rental. So it's basically like we get 2 free movies a month. Why would we pay to watch old stuff when we're not even watching that old stuff when we can rent movies for free when they send us codes? I mean, 2 movies because I use this as well as my wife, Diana. We each sign up for one. It's cool. It works. And it's free. You shouldn't be offended with the things that I say that may seem negative because if I'm calling someone a moron, it isn't you. We'll see you later. Sorry, I had something in it. Got it.